Good morning, Facebook. We're gonna be getting started in just a second. We don't have Chief on with us today, but we got one of the next best things. We got Sgt Shay Racy.
The next best thing. I'm down the line somewhere.
I mean, you definitely in the top 5.
Definitely. I'm gonna give myself that.
Yeah, so they wouldn't just let you do this if you wasn't at least.
I seem to be top 2 here lately when it comes to this anyway.
Hey, that's all right. The people love you.
I love the people. That's for sure.
We're gonna be talking a little bit about some of the things that JPD has recently had, some upcoming things. I'm gonna throw in my CPA class because Sergeant Racy is in charge of that.
And we have a great time. I mean,
We do.
We have a great
Yo,
time.
I was out there shooting guns yesterday.
It
It was so much fun.
was fun. We have plenty of pictures and videos that we need to put out there somewhere of you shooting guns.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn one of my videos into a TikTok.
We'll make sure I see that.
And also, if you're watching, you have social media, TikTok, Facebook. Obviously, if you're watching via Facebook, you got Facebook.
Facts.
Twitter, Instagram. Follow KLEK, KLEK FM on everything.
On everything. All the social media platforms.
All of them. We have a Snapchat. I didn't even know we had that.
Oh, really? I didn't either.
I know. We have stuff that I didn't even know about not working. Crazy. All right, so we got the legal ID plan, and then we'll have the show intro. So looking at about 45 seconds before we actually get started.
All right.
Intro is rolling. Also, something else we can mention for Bila, she is still doing well.
That's awesome. I saw a post yesterday.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Definitely got to shout out to Pink Queen.
Yes, pink sugar kisses all over the place. All right, here we go.
Good.
KLEK 102.5 FM. Good morning, and welcome once again to Community Conversations. I am Allie J. Tabor, and today I am being joined by a very special guest. It is the first Wednesday of the month, and normally we have Chief Elliott on, but today we don't have Chief Elliott, but we have a great replacement. We have Sgt Shay Racy of the Jonesboro Police Department. Good morning.
Good morning, Allie. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
Glad to be here. Definitely glad to be here. I know Chief sends his well wishes to everybody. I think he had a meeting or something to be at this morning, so he called on me Monday, and I've been unable to sleep ever since. I've been excited.
Yay! I mean, when you're the chief, sometimes you got to go chiefing.
Sometimes you got to do a little chiefing, and you got to let the Indians do their thing. So here I am.
So, Sgt Shay Racy, what's going on with the Jonesboro Police Department?
Man, everything's going on. You know, we're so you know from our community outreach side of things. And those of you who don't know, I'm the community outreach sergeant, and also in charge of our recruiting hiring process. So we've been busy. We've been busy probably the last couple of months, but really kicked in here in October. We've done, I'd have to count, but I bet we've done 10 or 15 community outreach events. We've been doing a lot of preschool. It's Community Helpers Month, I believe, time of year, like for preschool. So we've been doing a lot of the preschools going and doing kind of some show and tell and and letting them see the car, and just kind of talking to them about what our job is, what our function is, and how we help the community, and how our job is not to take mom and dad to jail, but to actually help people. And so we've been talking about that quite a bit over the last month. So I've been had an awesome time doing that, doing some canine demos and some motorcycle demos, and so we've done quite a bit the last month. Kind of rounded that out with our trunk or treat. That
Yes,
took,
one of KLEK's favorite events.
man, it was so fun, so much fun. We talked about that just right before we came on, and I know we cooked right at 1,000 hot dogs, and all of them were gone. So that number alone leads me to believe that there were well over 1,000 people at this event.
I remember at one point toward the end, I think we had about 30 minutes left, and we were calling you to come and I think judge, and you were like, I got big fish to fry right now. I'm trying to figure out how to make 70 hot dogs last for all these people that's still in line. When there were well over 70 people in that line.
We were trying to call on some divine intervention, trying to turn 70 hot dogs into 300 if we could, but it just we ended up making it work. It was fun times.
Indeed. I also had a dance contest with Officer Mekhi Williams.
Yes, I saw a video. I think I kind of saw it from afar too. I was down with Jamie on the grill.
So if you didn't see it, I promise you didn't miss anything. I got my butt kicked.
What do you mean I didn't miss anything? Was it terrible?
It was. I did horribly. Man, if we had a line dance contest, I could have had them. I could have had them.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Mekhi, he's a dancer now. He's that dude. Yes. He is a dancer. So it would take some practice to get in and beat Mekhi. So, but you've got the rest of this year, and then until October of next year to get your skills brushed up on.
I would have to hire.
Is there going to be a part 3? Is there going to be a part 3?
Not from me. I don't know who else is going to. Maybe T-Rail will get in there.
So T-Rail will have to get in and challenge him this time around. Somebody, Mekhi, he's good, but he knows he can dance. So we'll have to get somebody to challenge him that can knock him down at least one peg.
Yes, I will say that there was a young lady that did kind of dance off with him. Okay. At one point, he led a whole train of kids in dancing.
I saw the video of that. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was awesome. That's the kind of thing that you want to see. You want to see community outreach, kids having fun with the officer.
Right. Yeah, that's the aim. And we have several officers that buy into that. And Mekhi is at the very top of that list. He is all in, and we are fortunate, very blessed to have him.
Indeed. So, aside from the great success that was Trunk or Treat, what other things have you guys been doing this October, and what things do you have planned for, say, November?
So we've added one to our list. We hired a certified guy named Luke Lane. He's from Pocahontas. Came to us from Pocahontas PD, and we hired him full time. He actually started on the 31st, and so he was there. Actually, he was there last night at CPA.
Yes, I got to meet him last night.
So you got to meet Luke. So he was our only hire of the month, and so we also tested last month on October the 7th, and so right now we have 18 or so. I think we have 18 or so people in the background process right now. So we're going through their backgrounds and vetting everything and making sure we can get them through the process. And those that get through the process will have a really good chance of getting hired. We've got about 8 openings right now. So we got some openings to fill, and so we've got hopefully most of these will be qualified candidates, and we can fill those spots.
I hope so. And going through CPA, I've learned that it is not a quick process to
No,
try to whittle down these candidates.
no, it's not. So, you guys kind of went through a similar process, at least the first part of it,
Mhm.
with Miss Kim. And so we do that process, and then obviously we get more involved on the back end. But from start to finish, it can take anywhere up to 3 months or so. This group that tested October the 7th, we're looking to start them on January the 2nd. So, you're talking 3 months from start to finish on this entire group. So it's not a quick process.
It is not. And then they have like another 9 months of actual training that they have to
Right.
get through before they're ready to be out there on the street. So it's
Yeah.
not a joke. You're looking at like a year before you're actually
Yeah. Before
really
you're
ready.
actually in a car by yourself taking calls, as I say, doing the Lord's work, you're 10, 11 months, in sometimes. So it takes a lot. And we could train for 2 years and still not have enough training to put them out there. But that mark, what we do, the length of our training is kind of we all right, now you have enough in you that you should be able to go out with minimal help and take calls. And so
Mhm.
that's what we shoot for.
Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick plug for CPA.
Go ahead.
So we got 1 week left. Thursday is gonna be our last class, and then we have graduation next week.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a 13-week program this time. I think
Yeah.
before it's been 12.
Right.
But I highly recommend, if you want to know what they do, like exactly, because they take you through everything that they do. You'll get to look at real cases. You'll get to see things how they really are.
Yep.
And it's very, very different from what you think it is. I cannot tell you how many times I've personally been disappointed because on TV it's not like that. So I highly recommend that you guys jump in on a CPA class if you can.
That's interesting that you said that it's very different than you thought. So would you say it's different in a good way most of the time, or just different in general?
I mean, both. Honestly, there are some things that it was different in a good way, like learning about the K9 training.
Yeah.
And honestly, at one point, I was a little bit concerned because he was just over there just flipping the poor dog. And I'm just up there like that. I'm pretty sure that is animal cruelty, but I can't call the police on you because they seeing what's going on.
You are the police.
Just look over, hey, you ain't gonna stop that. But those dogs are so tough. They can handle that. Because that whole time, that dog did not let go.
They train them that way. They train them that way, and that they pick those particular dogs for that reason. They are driven to do that type of work. And so we've got a good group of handlers. We got a good group of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You can take that same dog, and like yesterday, we went down to Central Baptist to their parent day out and spoke to a group of preschool kids, and Officer Trout and his K9 Roz did a demo. And so that same dog that's so aggressive and biting that bite sleeve, he took that same dog and went out and just did a demo where he didn't sniff. He did a toy bite. And so, I mean, he was fine. He was just, playful, kids could pet him, and, so it's just, those dogs are amazing. They really are.
They truly are. You got to see them firsthand. Had one of them bite a bite sleeve on me.
How much pressure did you feel the pressure through that sleeve?
I didn't feel the pressure of him biting, but I could feel how strong he was, because at one point he yanked back and I almost went down with him. And I am not a little woman.
Yeah, they're strong. They're
Yes,
deceptively strong. You wouldn't think that they were that strong. But
I didn't. I got cocky. I was like, I'm 250 plus pounds. He ain't gonna take me.
Yeah.
Then as soon as he just went, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You ought to see him take flight and actually tackle somebody. That's the money right there.
Hey, I hadn't seen the results of them tackling somebody. So I don't want to be nowhere near that.
Heard that. But yeah, our CPA program it's longstanding, and it was the brainchild or vision of the chief and Sergeant Cassidy Brandon, and we've been fortunate to be able to continue it through Sergeant Waterworth, and then now me, and we're trying to add things where we can to really make the experience make it worthwhile for you to come out and spend your 3 hours a week on a Thursday night. We want to make it worthwhile for you. So this time around we added a full class of Stop the Bleeding, and which is very, very important, and that's what you guys are getting
on Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow. You're getting that tomorrow. So
Okay.
so Vertra, going up and shooting Vertra, and then coming out and doing range day. We've had so many things, from CID night to K9 night to traffic stops, and all of that stuff. So you guys get to get hands-on with that whole process, and it is it's fun for us, but it's also fun for us to see that, oh, now I get it kind of moment. Like for the shoot no shoot, you go in expecting one thing, and then you come out and you're like, oh, okay, I understand now. I understand what it's like for somebody to have to make a split-second decision on whether someone else lives or dies, or whether they live or die, and it's not an easy thing. And so it's fun. It's good to see people when they actually have that moment about what these officers have to go out and do day in and day out, and they have to make that choice every day. So
yeah. Say spoiler alert, y'all, I shot.
So also spoiler alert, everybody in your class shot.
I think there was like one person who didn't.
Yeah, I don't know who that would have been. I think everybody failed, from what I remember.
I don't remember his name, but he has a long beard.
Yeah,
he was the only person who didn't shoot.
Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about. The white beard. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Now the rest of us, yeah, we were terrible cops.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Good thing we don't get paid to do that on a daily basis.
All right. But sometimes we end up getting police recruits out of that CPA class. We've got several officers that went through CPA and then decided that they would want to come along. And then once we revamp our reserve program, we already have names of people from CPA classes, even your session, that want to do the reserve thing. So
okay.
So we definitely garner some support through these classes.
Absolutely. And once again, if you are able to do it 3 hours on a Thursday night, I highly recommend that you try to get involved with the next session. It's quite the learning experience.
And you get to hang out with me for 3 hours on a Thursday. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right?
Sometimes, because I'll be honest with you, sometimes he's like, hey, y'all need me? All right, I'm gone. Enjoy playing.
Do you think?
Then he did.
I'm out. I'm the coordinator, so I don't have to be there, quote unquote.
Yes, of course. You're just there to make sure that things are going smoothly. And then once you see that they are, then you can go, okay.
See, things have went smoothly. So I'm doing my job.
Okay. So something that you told me that Chief wanted us to really discuss. We got about 12 minutes left. So let's talk about the Jonesboro Christmas Parade.
So Chief did want to express that we have the holiday season I guess is upon us, and we've got the festivities downtown will be kicking off starting with the Christmas parade on December 2nd.
Mhm.
and that's always a big event for the city. I know we've got the Veterans Day Parade coming up also, but the as far as the holiday season is concerned, the Christmas Day Parade the Christmas Parade is a big one here. A lot of the local bands and marching bands, and my son is in the Nettleton band, so I know they'll be there.
Go
And
Raiders.
and go Raiders! Raider pride is justified. So they'll be marching in the parade, Jonesboro, I'm sure, and a lot of other organizations, community organizations will be there. So it'll be a fun. I don't know if my dare guys are going to be in it. I have to ask them. Um, I know used to we would, but we're kind of down on vehicles right now, so we're
Ah,
trying to make a comeback. So we'll figure we'll figure that out in the near future. But that would be fun if those guys did want to get involved. So
absolutely.
anyway, we're that's a big time, and it's a very very cheerful time, and rolling into the holiday season, and so the downtown area, I guess over the last few years, is has been I guess been set up for this time of year. I know they had a what's called Joy Fest last year. The Downtown Jonesboro Association had
Mhm.
the Joy Fest, and there was like we went out, and their officers did. We went out and that night, but there was ice skating, and there was a Ferris wheel, and the Winter Wonderland, and all kinds of vendors out there. They had some I don't know, funnel cakes and some other stuff. It was a pretty good time. It's kind of like a mini carnival. And
Mm.
yeah, so the Parks Department will be kicking off the ice skating rink that's over there at Madison, and I guess what used to be Monroe.
Mm.
Uh, so we're at dead ends right there at Winter Wonderland. And so all of those things will be open, I think, that weekend. So the weekend of the Christmas parade. So all of those things will be open. If I'm not mistaken, that's what Chief told me.
Okay.
So all those things will be available for people to come out and patronize, and just go out and have a good time. Downtown's a vibrant little area now, and so it'll be a good time for people to come out and walk around. The weather should be nice. It's nice in Arkansas this time of year, so no mosquitoes, and it's not too cold just
And
yet. So it's a good time to be out and about. So definitely patronize that Christmas parade, and I'll have to see if are you guys gonna be in it at all? Do you know?
we're planning on it.
Okay,
We
so
plan on bringing the KLK van out and
yeah,
handing out some goodies to the
right
childrens.
on. Throwing that candy at people.
Well, no, we can't throw the candy. You gotta hand
Can't
it out.
throw. You have to hand the candy.
Yeah, you can't throw the candy. Maybe it's a lawsuit waiting to happen. I don't really
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Hit somebody in the eye. We don't want to do that. I
Yeah,
get it. I understand
so just gently hand it to them. Enjoy this little kid.
it. Oh, I get it. I get it. But I'm I'm not sure if that the hours and all that is on the Parks and Rec website, but I would assume that you could probably go to the City of Jonesboro website and then navigate to the Parks and Rec part, and it should I would imagine I'm totally guessing here that it's going to take you to something that lets you know about the hours for the Winter Wonderland and the ice skate rink. If nothing else, I'm sure that I think they have a Facebook page that would probably do the same.
Okay. And if we get that information, we will share it on our Facebook and
Right,
other social media.
right.
Uh,
I'm sure we will also at some point. Rachel or Wade or Sally or somebody will put it on.
yeah. Okay. So along with the holidays coming up, Chief usually gives a speech about how to be safe during the holiday season. Don't leave your car doors unlocked. All that good stuff. Don't leave weapons in your car.
Right, right. And definitely the holiday season, because you've got, some around Christmas or Thanksgiving, you have, and with Christmas, you have people getting firearms and expensive gifts for Christmas as gifts.
Mhm.
And then, we're going into deer season right now, where you've got bow hunting, muzzleload hunting, and modern gun season upon us, and so have people leaving those high power rifles in their vehicles. So um, we're I guess in a culture where a lot of people don't lock doors. I mean, it just happens. And so that paired with the fact that you're leaving something very expensive or something dangerous in a vehicle can be detrimental.
Mhm.
That is one of the ways that guns are finding their way into the hands of people that shouldn't have them, i.e., our teenagers, that are out here committing these crimes. And uh, so definitely, if those listening didn't take anything else from our conversation today, it is that it is be safe during this holiday season. I know one of the other messages we have is, just trying kind of protecting your mental health. Talk to people. If you have someone to talk to, reach out. You can always contact me here at the police department. I am kind of myself and Officer our Sergeant Susan Gray. We work with our Humanities Task Force, and so we can get you in touch with the right resources. We did a CIT session for your CPA class, and so kind of along those same lines, we're working with our mental health community every day. Um, our service providers here in town, so we can get people to the right resources, whether it be a hotline, warm line, something like that, where somebody just needs somebody to talk to. We've got veteran resources. So during this time, it can get a little sad sometimes, and we want people to make sure they're protecting their mental health and try and make it through to the new year, and let them know that as a police department, we're here. We're here for them, and we'll definitely do our best to help them through whatever crisis that they're trying to make it through. And sometimes,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. So definitely be safe, like the chief said, and lock up your doors, and make sure we're being vigilant on lights on, and parking in well lit areas when you're shopping, and that kind of thing. Just being safe and making sure we're paying attention to our surroundings, and all of the things. But just as a side note, definitely protect your mental health. It can be a sad season, and we want it to be a joyful one. So anything we can do to help along those lines, that's what we're here for.
Awesome. I appreciate you saying that. I don't
Absolutely.
think a lot of people think to actually call the police department to reach out for help with mental health.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I would agree with that. And like I said, you kind of saw. I think Bruce Wright taught y'all CIT and CPA, and so you kind of see, how much we deal with mental health in our profession. We run across calls where somebody's just having a crisis, just having a breaking moment, or having just they're needing something other than the police, right? But we're the ones who get the call. And so we've been most of our guys have been and ladies have been trained to deal with those situations and recognize it, and try and get somebody to the places they're needed, whether it be the calling the mobile crisis unit or getting them out to the CSU out by Craighead. But either way, we've got folks that are equipped to deal with that situation. So please contact us and let us help you, because we don't want any tragedies, just like anybody else don't.
Mhm. Um, Going to our Facebook Live, we actually have one comment from Mr. Chris Engel.
Okay.
He says training should be more inclusive, candidates vetted deeper, but at the same time, pay should increase to only hire qualified, educated, and trained officers.
Well, so I would definitely I definitely see the points there, and the state requires certain things to be a police officer, And, a lot of times you can't do anything about the pay. We work for a municipality, so, not only does the police need to, have to get paid, but firemen and the street department, and, you want all of those services living in a city, parks. And so that money has to make its way around to a lot of different departments. So as police, we understand that we're not going to get rich doing this job. And so it's got to be more of a calling, for people the correct people to do this job. You have to have people that are service minded and understand that the mission is greater than themselves. And so you have to have folks that want to help folks. And so that's and we appreciate people 100% that want to see higher paid police officers. But we like to think that we do a pretty good job here at Jonesboro at hiring the best applicants that we have. As I told you earlier, we have about 18 people right now that are going through a background process. And unfortunately, not all of them are going to make it, because not all of them have made the right decisions in their past that's going to land them a job with us. And so,
Yeah.
and that's our vetting process. So it's not perfect, it's what we have at the time right now, though. But we definitely appreciate people that support us. So please continue to do that.
Absolutely. And I can honestly say, just going through CPA class, it's not a job for everybody.
No.
You got to have a good heart and just a whole lot of other stuff. I got a good heart, but I couldn't do what they do.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. So truly appreciate you and what you do, as well as all the other officers of JPD. And on that note, I've been running my mouth so long, I hadn't been giving you time cues, and it's time for the show to end.
It's time for what?
It's time for the show to end.
Oh, is it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, really?
30 minutes went by quick. So thank you to everybody out there for listening. We truly, truly appreciate it. We appreciate you for being here with us, Sgt Racy.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Abby.
Yes, sir. All Gospel Wednesday today, gospel music from midnight to midnight. Don't go anywhere. More great gospel music coming up right here on KLEK 102.5 FM. Door 1.